If you haven't watched a typo video before, then this may come as a shock to you, but I enjoy Marvel Rivals. Most of the time. What can I say about this game that I haven't said already? It's a 6v6 hero shooter based on Marvel Comics that absolutely blew up this year. The devs have stated that this first year has been somewhat of a warm-up, so what can we expect to see in the next year? Well, I'm sure you know by now that I am the predictions guy, so I will be predicting the characters to be added in Year 2 of Marvel Rivals, Season 6 through Season 11, January through December of 2026. I will not really go that in depth, but I will cover moveset ideas and plot points ever so slightly. Now, without further ado, Marvel Rivals Year 2. Puck. Season 6 has already been revealed before our eyes at Jeff Keighley's The Game Awards. The heroes featured in this season will be Deadpool and Elsa Bloodstone. The season seemingly focuses on Elsa hunting down Deadpool in the Collector's Museum. Now, let's talk a little about this merc with a mouth, as he is currently teased in the hero menus, constantly switching classes like a high schooler. That being said, I do think he will still be a duelist, whereas I've come around to Elsa being a strategist a little bit more, despite my beliefs in this being a double DPS season. Deadpool will deal heavy amounts of damage with his Desert Eagles and katanas, while getting a bit quirky with his fourth wall breaks. I'd also like to see him eat a chimichanga for an ability, because it is in character. For Elsa, she'd sort of act as an Ultron-esque DPS support hybrid, with sniper shots healing and dealing damage, as well as the big-ass monster seen with her in the trailer. Season 7 is a season I can see focusing on the Kree. Admittedly, I'm kind of copying the last season's plot bar for bar, so just bear with me here. Ronan the Accuser hires a certain primate to go after Captain Marvel, yada yada yada. Look, I never said I'd go that in depth. Anyways, can you guess the characters for this season? Captain Marvel would play as a vanguard, sort of acting as a melee flyer, with the occasional energy powers, maybe for an ultimate? Hitmonkey I already talked about in a previous video, but to put it shortly, he'd rely on stacking up small damage multipliers to truly become a hitman, who's a monkey. Season 8 I suspect will be the return of the Hellfire Gala theme, as we know it's coming sometime next year. Although we are a month late, I figured now was a better time than any. As teased in the Season 5 trailer, Cyclops will finally appear at the Gala. For this season, Dazzler will be teased as an important part of this year's Gala, yet all hell breaks loose when it's found out that MODOK captures her. Cyclops will be another duelist this time, being centered around his I-beam. I think it could act similar to Emma Frost's primary, but I'd also like to see it act as a method of moving around the map. For MODOK, I think he has to be a vanguard, considering his large stature. He is another character I covered in my concept video, but all I'll say is that I really want him to be a shield tank. Season 9 will follow hot on the heels of MODOK's defeat, with Cyclops teaming up with another X-Men member, Jubilee, to rescue Dazzler from the clutches of a villain I have not decided on. With that being said, Jubilee will be a strategist using her explosive light to heal allies and harm enemies, while Dazzler will also be a strategist. It's the double strategist season! Woohoo! Aside from that, Dazzler could also use light, but I'd try to differentiate the two however much I can. This season is definitely not the most likely, but I kind of ran out of ideas. If you have any better ideas for this season, let me know in the comments down below. Puck. Editor's note here, you could potentially swap MODOK and Jubilee spots, but hey, what do I know, right? Season 10 will see Heaven under the threat of Gore the God Butcher. With the realm seemingly doomed, it'll take an unlikely alliance to rise to the challenge. The two heroes added would be Valkyrie for Heaven and Ghost Rider for Hell, just in time for Halloween. Valkyrie would be a duelist who has the ability to fly around and beat the shit out of enemies with a Pegasus similar to her appearance in the MCU. Ghost Rider, however, will be a vanguard, using Hellfire and his chain to disrupt enemy teams and even riding on his motorcycle for better movement at times. Penance stare alt anyone? Season 11 will serve as the finale to the overarching Doctor Doom plotline. Using forbidden knowledge obtained by Professor X, the Rivals team makes one last stand against Doom, defeating him once and for all. Professor X would obviously be a strategist, yet unfortunately will probably not be wheelchair bound. Using his telepathic powers to heal allies and hinder enemies, I think that Charles Xavier is a perfect fit for this role. Whereas Doctor Doom, being built the way he is, absolutely must be a vanguard. Using all sorts of powers at his disposal to dominate enemy teams, Doom would certainly be a force to be reckoned with. I would really like to see him use some Doom bots to assist him at points, and of course, the iconic kick. And that's about it. Keep in mind that I am not the most knowledgeable when it comes to Marvel, but rather a casual fan, so feel free to fix some things that could be better in the comments below. Marvel Rivals doesn't seem to be going anywhere anytime soon, so who knows? Maybe I'll predict year 3 as well? Only time will tell. What else can I say at this point other than thanks for watching? I look forward to becoming the #1 Hitmonkey player in the near future. And can we get a Lady Deadpool launch skin for Deadpool? Thank you, and yeah, thanks.